this movie actually feels illegal to watch. And I know everybody says that, this movie is so scary, it feels illegal to watch. That's something that every YouTube title has. It's so easy to just write that and say it. But no, I actually mean this. If you watch this movie, you're a beast. Don't watch it. Don't watch it though, because I do not glorify just watching pretentious, glorified violence. But this movie is more than that. It really gets into your mind and it messes you up. Now, I have not watched, first of all, I do not even remember what I had for breakfast. And yet I remember this movie like it was yesterday. The scenes in it, I still remember them. I can recall some of the scenes of this. I didn't even prepare before I made this video. I did not even read up on the plot. Okay, and it's a very simple plot. But again, this is not a movie that I recommend you watch or anybody watch, but I had to talk about it. I had to talk about it because the day that I watched it, I had trouble sleeping the night afterwards. I actually had trouble sleeping a few nights after that. It's the kind of movie that you watch with one eye closed, basically. What am I even talking about? The movie's called Martyrs. Okay, Martyrs. You already know you're in for some suffering when a movie is called Martyrs. Even worse, it's European. Even worse, it's French. So this is about as far away as Hollywood safe as you can get. It starts with this girl named Anna. Okay, and basically all of this happens in a house. There's one scene in this movie in particular. There's so much body horror, and it's made in such a way where it freaks you out. Particularly the squeamish parts are when you know there's something that's attached to a human body, and then that thing or device gets removed, and it like rips the entire part of the person as well. Man, scenes like that really get you. They really get me. Okay, and that's just the beginning of it. That's just the start of this. This is not a movie you want to watch with your significant other or your mom or your wife or your girlfriend or whatever. Do not do this. This is the kind of movie that's going to end relationships if you choose to watch this with somebody else. This is just a warning about it, okay, guys? Where do you even dig up this movie? You can probably find it somewhere. It's probably easily accessible, but it is truly horrifying. The implications of it are truly horrifying because it's not just about body horror, okay? It's not just the gore aspect of it. It's a movie that messes you up because it has some meaning behind it. It's a very philosophical movie, actually. Once you get to it, once you get to the nitty-gritty of it, it's very philosophical. Which is why I do not recommend you watch this. This is a movie that kind of changes you when you watch it. You do not come out the same person afterwards. After watching Martyrs, you are not the same person. I'm hyping this movie up so much, okay, but don't watch it. So, right, it stars this girl named Anna, as far as I remember it. I don't even want to think about this movie. They're in a house, okay, and she's joined up. There's another girl there. She finds a captive. Okay, she finds a captive, someone who has been held there as prisoner for a very long time. Very bad things happening to this captive. And I'm not gonna give you any spoilers, okay? Or some spoilers, you know, I don't care, whatever. It's a very old movie and you're not gonna watch it anyways, but it's terrifying. She finds this prisoner, bad things have been done to her because she was not the right person. And Anna, as it turns out, is the right person that a certain group of people are looking for. They're looking for her, a person like her in particular. There were so many moments, or there were a few moments in this movie where I was like, you can escape. You know, those movies where the character can go like not towards the door, but they choose to go to do the exact same thing you don't want them to do. And they do that exact same thing that gets them caught, that gets them killed. This movie has that. This movie infuriates you because the moment that they get their hands on her, it's truly terrifying. And what's worse is that you can imagine that something like this is actually happening somewhere out there in the world. Like, this is not that much of an unrealistic movie, to be honest. Okay, this movie has torture scenes, it's shock, it's gore, and there's this entire meaning of it, of basically, if you torture a person enough, if a person suffers to that point, like, is there any meaning of that? What is the meaning of suffering really? As much as this movie is just very sadistic, it's truly like not something that you should watch. It can make you very sick. At the same time, you know, it has meaning, and it asks, does suffering have a point? And beyond a certain point of suffering, do you gain something from it? Is it possible to gain some type of omniscient ability or know something just by virtue of suffering enough? And, you know, there are many things in this life where you suffer and you get something in return. Okay, you go to the gym, it's very good. You build something, you maybe have a few sleepless nights and you build a business. Okay, your suffering has meaning, you can create a family or something like that. This is not like that. Okay, the things that they do to this woman, man, there is a lady in this movie who's a villain. She's a French villain. Okay, he's speaking French, so you know it's sinister. This lady, this French leader, they're like a cult basically. They're a secret organization, and they find people where they take them, they do the most despicable, horrifying things to them. They change them through that sort of way, that process, and they're never the same again. And they want to basically extract that energy. They want to extract that kind of value there. There's value for them there, but they're completely crazy, okay? They're absolutely crazy, and there's nothing that... It's basically like a failed experiment, okay? There's a certain point in this movie, towards the end, where it's very open-ended. You don't know if they truly were right or not, but it's the consequences done to the person in this like horrifying, brutal acts towards her that are really, like, the movie doesn't shy away from nothing. It completely basks in this type of brutality. It's absolutely terrifying. It's like this movie makes Mortal Kombat, the game, the fatalities there, it makes it seem like you're watching a Disney movie, basically. It's a very squeamish movie that you do not want to watch. Especially don't watch it in the dark the way that I did many years ago. You'll be thinking about it. It's the kind of thing that seeps into your subconscious. That's why it's so bad. And you remember it for a long time afterwards. I think this movie has like a cult following. Apparently it's like a horror classic in some ways. You can say that this is a movie that takes horror to a point where most people don't want to go, to where it stops being enjoyable anymore. There's that new movie now, Obsession. There's, you know, the Saw movies, the Blair Witch Project, movies that are horror, but at the same time, they're watchable, okay? This is some secret tape type shit, okay? It crosses the border to not being watchable anymore. You don't want to watch it anymore. You just want to turn it off, because that kind of philosophy there, the meaning, it really doesn't get served very well by when you're watching so many gruesome acts at the same time. And there's something about watching an entire team of people scientifically torture one person. It is one of the worst ideas and concepts that you can probably stumble upon and watch in any movie. Well, I was getting pissed off watching Homelander get beaten by two people, as bad as that was. Now imagine a horror movie where there's just relentless, non-stop agony for the character, physical agony, to where they're never the same person again. It's absolutely terrible. I think it's like the last half hour of the movie is just non-stop of that. And worst of all, there's a point where there's hope. There's like, the movie's hopeful. You think that it might have like a good ending, and then the movie just completely like smashes it down, man. Just completely takes that away from you. And once the character gets captured, it's, yeah, just switch the movie off at that point. Better yet, don't even look at this, because this is some Epstein type shit. It's not even watchable. But yeah, I do not recommend that you watch this, because this is a movie that did keep me up at night. It has made me think or reconsider things, and it's truly what horror, or like body horror, is. It's probably the most, I would say, torturous movie that you can ever watch, and I do not recommend it. But the acting's pretty good. It's very believable. It's a believable movie, which is rare for a horror movie to have good acting. But at the same time, I'm like, why did they create this? And a part of me wishes that they hadn't, and that I had not watched it. But horror fans are going to find stuff like that. You basically are going to stumble upon something like that, especially as a young teenager, which I did, but I still regret that I did. But yeah, let me know what you think about Martyrs, and that's pretty much everything. So yeah, bye.